All right. Welcome, everyone, to this episode of PEPTalk, Productive Environment Podcast. And I'm here with our fan favorite, Demetrius Farrior, founder of DFIT. And we are going to talk to you today about being fit for business. So get settled in, and we're happy that you're here. Fit for business. What in the world does that mean? So, as I mentioned, I got a lot of messages from people saying they really liked hearing from Superman and they wanted him back on as a guest. So, I should have changed my name. I don't know, Eds, if you can change the name in the background and add Demetrius's name, or if I have to do it. If you can do it, that would be great, if possible. But yeah, guys, come on in and get settled. We are going to be talking about a really important topic today that Demetrius deals with all the time. If you know us, if you know me, thank you, Eds, that worked perfectly. Then at Productive Environment Institute, we are all about organizing your time, your space, and your information, right? We help you find anything you file in seconds, and we help you organize your life, right? We have different tools and systems for everything. But one thing that we see all the time is that when people start getting their life in order, they start getting their paper in order, their email in order, their everything in their physical world in order, then they also start thinking about, hey, I want to start exercising. I want to start eating better. I want to start a new workout plan, but I don't really know how to fit it in and how do I do it and all that. So one of the things that Dee and I do together is we help people mesh those together, help you put in, like, you've got all this other stuff on your calendar, right? Especially as a business person, if you've got a lot of things on your calendar, things to do, tasks, events, appointments, are you putting your fitness and your health and fitness on there too? Or is that just an afterthought, right? So I'm Andrea Anderson, CEO of Productive Environment Institute. I live here in Carolina Beach, North Carolina, joined by
Demetrius Farrior
with
DFIT. Demetrius Farrior Institute for Transformation. You took me by surprise on that.
Sorry.
Forgot who I was for a minute.
And where do you live?
I live in Cary Beach, which is about 2 miles from Carolina Beach, which is the same beach. If you live across the ocean or you live in California somewhere, we would be Wilmington, North Carolina. But it's Cary Beach and it's Carolina Beach, and we're only miles apart.
That's right. Just a couple miles apart. So, but this is a conversation that Dee and I have all the time. And actually, when I started working with Barbara in Productive Environment Institute, I had actually just started working out after that. Actually, I started the business side first. And I put everything into the business. I poured everything into, like, I was up late at night working. I was creating things. I still do a little bit of that now with AI and ChatGPT and Claude. I have fun with that. But I didn't have a workout schedule. I didn't have a meal planning schedule. I didn't have anything that, I just was like, I got to get this done. I got to do this work. I got to work. And I think there are a lot of professionals out there that do the same thing. If that's you, put it in the comments and let us know that you're experiencing that as well, because it's like especially if you start a business or you're a professional, you're an attorney, you're a CPA, especially right now, CPAs, you guys are burning the candle at both ends, I'm sure. And then we start feeling tired and overwhelmed. And of course we're tired because we're not getting the sleep that we need, but we're not prioritizing our health and wellness. So that's where Dee comes in. So Dee, you work with professionals all the time. I mean, you've worked with, work at home people like myself. One of the first things you taught me, which I'm sure you'll share, is about especially if you work at home or you have a flexible schedule like a realtor, is to create bookends for your day, the beginning of the day, the end of the day. He'll talk about that. But Dee, you've worked with airline pilots, like you've worked with mental health professionals, nurses. Who else? Teachers, truck drivers, like anybody that's a professional that's doing anything, realtors for sure. I'm trying to think, restaurant owners.
What was the other one? Pharmaceutical salesmen.
Yep, pharmaceutical sales, like, and busy people, busy, productive people, right? But one of the things I can help them, and Productive Environment Institute and Certified Productive Environment Specialists can help them organize their time, space, and information. But what was lacking was their fitness and health side of things. So, Dee, why don't you talk a little bit about where you come in with that and how you help people with that and why it's important?
Well, where I come in with that, because people are neglecting their health. They're building their wealth. Every year they're building their wealth. And what happens is every year the family might take a vacation. And every year that person gets a little bit slower and a little bit slower. They're not focusing on their health. And that's where I come in. But people think because they travel all the time, they think they can't hire me. They don't think they can fit their health and wealth in. But what the problem is, I'm gonna solve it for you right now. Every time I'm going to cure your neuroplasticity. I'm going to fix you. The problem is, Andrew doesn't even know this. The problem is every time you go on a work-related schedule, your brain thinks you're on vacation. So what do? You don't work out. You eat certain things. Your brain goes into, well, I'm going here. They usually have this platter right here. Your brain thinks you're on vacation. You're not on vacation. You're working. Last time me and Andrea went on a work-related visit to, we went to Arizona. What did I do first thing in the morning when I woke up at 5?
Well, first of all, the night before you scoped out where the gym was. Yep.
Every place has a gym. What did I do at 5 in the morning?
Yep. You went to the gym.
That's the thing what people don't do. And that's what I incorporate into the workout schedule. When people go out of town on work-related issues, they always drop the health part. You're still on a work schedule, guys. When you're out of town, the only thing I'm going to do is give you a schedule and hold you accountable for it. You're going to check in and I'm going to give you your meal plan. I know that the flights, they have certain foods on there. What did you do for the flight? What do we have in the bag?
Brought snacks from home, right?
And what was it?
I don't remember.
It was like turkey bites.
Oh yeah.
She bought those cheese chips. There were things that were better for you than the airline food, and it kept you from getting hungry. So what happens when you're on that plane? If you don't eat, you get off and you're ready to eat all of that stuff that's at the airport, which is like horrible for you. There's certain places. There's certain cities that really airports that don't have a very good choice. Most don't. The one that we went into in Texas, they had a pretty. I usually get wings. Or a burger, or burger without the bun. You have some places you have a better, healthier choice. That depends on where you land at. So the thing is, you got to be able to leave town and not think you're going on vacation, and you got to come up with a plan.
Yep. And well, that's the key, the plan, being intentional. So being intentional about it. And it's not just when you travel and go on a trip. It's like when you're here or when you're in your own town and you go to the office, whether it's a physical office or in your home or outside the home. Look at your calendar right now. And do you have things in there that are part of your workout? Are things scheduled, or do you just say, I'll just go to the gym when I have time? I mean, if you're saying that, then you're probably not going at all. Or I'll go for a run, or I'll go, whatever else you do. Here, let me share Carla's comment. Health habits need to be part of your daily habits, like brushing your teeth. Exactly, Carla. Carla's one of our certified productive environment specialists in Connecticut. And and Carla, you're a runner, right? You like to run. You like to get outside and run. So if Carla just leaves it open and be like, oh, I'll run when I have time, then she's going to I'm going to guess, Carla, that when you've got a busy season with your job and your business, that sometimes that running gets off kilter, and you miss a few days and then you start feeling bad about yourself. So if you're feeling tired and overwhelmed, that maybe that's a trigger, like, oh, I need to get my exercise in. I mean, for years, I think all the way up till I was 40, I really didn't have a consistent exercise plan. I would just go whenever I would, first of the year, like most people, for a couple of months. And then during the day, it'd be like, oh yeah, if I have time, when I have time, I'll go to the gym. But that
you just said it, Carla.
Yeah,
you will work out. The problem is the people, they make excuses. They make, well, when I go out of town, this happens. There is no excuse. There is a gym. There's a Planet Fitness and Crunch in almost every city, at least 5 of them,
or nearby.
Or there's a if you're in an Airbnb, there's a Planet Fitness. If you're at a hotel or a motel, there's always a gym.
Yeah.
And before they had all of that, what did I used to carry in my gym bag? I had bands.
Your bands, yeah. Yep.
When you're on a plan, that's why you have to hire a professional. You have to hire a coach because they're going to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
I was thinking of one. I was thinking of church, and that's why I froze because we were talking about baptism, and I was trying to compare me to baptism. They said baptism doesn't save you. It's letting people know. It's letting others know that you're getting closer to God.
So you got saved.
So when you hire us, you're letting your brain know. You're letting people know that I'm ready for transformation.
Yep.
And that's what you're doing. You're ready for transformation. Let's start now. And that's the only difference between you and Carla. Carla is going to go work out. I'm going to work out. You need somebody to hold you accountable to get you started.
Yep.
And that's why you have to start now.
And Carla said, yes, I'm actually walking right now and listening to you both. 2 wins. Good for you, Carla.
Yeah, you did it.
So Carla, let me ask you, since we have you here, do you plan and schedule your walks and workouts, your walks, your runs, your workouts? Do you have them in your calendar, in your SOAR board? Because I know you use one of our SOAR boards, which is, guys, if you're new, a SOAR board is the grown-up version of the Trapper Keeper. So do you guys remember the Trapper Keeper? If you're our age, you do. Let us know in the chat if you remember the Trapper Keeper. So Carla, if you're able to, yes, she says she does schedule. Okay, good. So this was on your schedule. I'm guessing you probably said, oh, Pep Talk is at 12 Eastern today. So I'm going to take my walk and I'm going to listen while I walk. So that is perfect. That's habit stacking. You guys, you know what habit stacking is? It's when you take 2 habits and you put them together. My mom here. Mom, I'm going to show you. Get ready to smile. Well, you're already smiling. All right, there's my mom. Wave. Get ready to wave. Okay, so mom does habit stacking. She does daily devotionals, her morning devotionals, and she does squats, like sumo squats, like exercise for her legs. And so she does them together. Instead of saying, oh, I got to do my exercise or, oh, I got to do my devotional, she does them together at the same time, like clockwork. Now, I'm going to guess, Mom, that you don't have to put that in your calendar. Like, I no longer have to put workout in my calendar because, like Carla said, it's like brushing my teeth. It's like, that's just part of my day. That's just normal for me. And I know that's normal for my mom. But if you're just getting started, build it into your calendar, build it into your SOAR board so that you are getting the workout done. And then, Demetrius, it's not just about the workout, is it? Here, look, let's look at this picture. What else do y'all see in this picture? I love this office, by the way. This is an AI generated picture, and it's a beautiful, beautiful office. What do you notice in this picture? We've talked about the workout, and you see there's a weight set back here in the office. This is like a dream office. And then what's this right here? What's this right here in the front?
Looks like preparation.
Looks like meal prep. So let me come over here and see what Tony had. Tony said healthy lunches. That's right. Meal prep lunches. Tony said, Tony's one of our specialists, and she said, accountability makes all the difference. I could not wait until I felt like working out. That's right. I could not wait until I felt like working out. I signed up for group classes and made a whole new group of friends in the process. Yes, Tony, congratulations to you for doing that. If you wait until you feel like it, you're not going to do it. Yeah, and that's the same. It goes the same with our organization, guys. With our SOAR to Success program. And SOAR means, and you can apply this to fitness just as we apply it to organization, systemize and organize with action and reference. So you might wonder how does that apply to fitness and health and wellness? So systemize, you're systemizing your life. You're not having to worry about what your schedule is because it's there. You already have your schedule planned out the night before.
I think people make it more complicated. And I think with me, why we are successful in our organization and DFIT is we make it simple. Certain things that I tell you guys, like I'm not going to give you the whole package away, but certain things I'll tell people, pack to unpack. Because what happens when you get back home, you don't want to unpack. So what I tell my clients and what I do, and I tell Andrea, pack your stuff. That way when you get home, it's easy to unpack. I have everything that's packed, ready to unpack when I get home. That way when I get home, dirty bag goes here, this goes there, and I'm done. Ask Andrea, whenever we get back from a business trip, I'm unpacked within 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm unpacked in 2 days. I'm getting better. Because when I'm back, I am getting better. This last trip, I was unpacked almost immediately, which is new for me because I would just that's the last thing I want to do when you get off the plane and you come home. I don't want to deal with that. So I would put that off. But this time I've gotten better about how I pack, how I repack so that when I get home, it's much, much easier.
Yep. And everything's ready when I get back.
Yep.
That's the thing. Before you leave, when you get back, make sure it's ready when you get home. Your meals are ready when you get home. You're probably going to be hungry, thirsty, or whatever.
Yep.
That's what I always say. Pack to unpack.
Pack to unpack. All right. We've got a lot of comments coming in. So Amy's out there walking with us too. Yay, Amy. I love that you guys are walking with us. That is so fun. That is awesome. All right. And then let's see what Carla said. Let's see here. Carla and then Kathy. Carla said, this is such an important topic because without health, whether an entrepreneur, small business owner, whatever your area of expertise, without your health, you do not have a business or wealth. That's true. I mean, that actually should come first. I know when I start feeling tired, you might think, oh, I stayed up a little late. I need more sleep. Maybe. But also, Demetrius has been trying to drill in my head for 30 years to drink more water. If we start getting tired, a lot of times it's the water. We're dehydrated. So that you guys can't see it in the picture, but it's behind. Well, there you see the top of the bottle. So behind our pictures are some water bottles. So that is part of it. That is part of it too. And Kathy says, Kathy, much of it is also your identity. If you identify as someone who works out rather than it being an activity separate from you, that's key. That's perfect, Kathy. And here's the thing. You don't even have to be someone who works out yet. You can start speaking yourself into that identity. Day one, you can say, oh yeah, I work out. I love to work out. I mean, even before you start working out, just say, I'm the kind of person that works out. Just like somebody who says is trying to quit drinking or quit smoking, they change their language and they say, instead of saying, I'm trying to quit, because that tells your brain that you're still doing it and it's a challenge. If you change what you say and you say, I'm not a smoker or I'm not a drinker, and that is changing the identity. That's changing your identity. I no longer identify as a smoker or a drinker. Well, I never did smoke. But anyway, let's see. Tony says, amen, Kathy. Our future self will thank us. Exactly. And as far as exercise, Tony says, find something you enjoy, dancing, pickleball, etc. And that's a really good point. You can do those fun things that you enjoy doing. Demetrius, what are your thoughts on that? On just and for some people, if that's how they get their exercise, that's wonderful. Dee, you've always taught you got to have a core foundational training workout, and then these things are extra. Do you still stand by that? And
what did Morgan say this morning? She has to have.
What did Morgan say this morning that she has to have?
She has to have it in her life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Structure.
Whatever it is, you need structure. I don't care how old you are. Children need structure. Adults need structure. Yeah. You got to have a structured plan. I went tanning the other day. I don't know if y'all could tell, like Andrew's shadow. But I went tanning the other day. But the reason when I went tanning, I scheduled everything. I scheduled 20 minutes on my back, 20 minutes on my front, 20 minutes sitting down at the beach. Everything has to be a schedule for me. It has to be scheduled. You need structure in everything. You need balance, whether it's food, travel, family. You need to be. You need to make it habit. That way, it doesn't turn into work. That way, I don't have to write down anything anymore because I do it just like that. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. I know when to eat. I know when to work out. I don't even have to look at my watch. I don't even really need an alarm clock to wake up. Mm-hmm. When I wake up, I'm like SpongeBob. I'm like, I'm ready. I am. I enjoy. I love what I do because I've created structure. Mm-hmm. When you don't have structure, you get aggravated at everything. You start kicking stuff. Oh man, I'm so stupid. I'm blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But if you have structure and you keep doing it, you have it, then it becomes structure. And that's all DFIT, and that's all organization, that's all PEI. It's structuring things for your brain. If your brain can't handle it, put it on the scoreboard, put it on a piece of paper or whatever.
And that's what we actually named this, what we consider structure, we named this many years ago, core structure with flexibility. So core structure with flexibility, meaning if you're too structured and something goes wrong, you get a phone call and you have to go do something else, and then your whole day falls apart because you weren't able to continue with your structure. You have to be able to be flexible in case somebody needs you or something happens, and you got to be able to come right back into your plan, right? Don't let it fall apart. So core structure with flexibility. For me, because of DFIT, my core structure is 5 days a week, 6:30 to 7 a.m. Working out. We do a different muscle group every day. Monday through Friday is a different muscle group. So we're getting that little rest break in between because we are training 5 days, but we're doing different muscle groups. So that's my core structure. My flexibility comes in with what Tony's talking about, other fun things, other things that like, oh, that's fun to do. Walking on the beach is maybe some of the flexibility. I don't have to walk except for the fact that I have two dogs that need to walk. But, I could schedule that anytime. But my core structure is 6:30, 7 a.m. Monday through Friday.
And you need structure with, just say if you guys, see, we don't have a family or a big group that we're taking care of. And a lot of you guys have family. And you definitely need structure. The thing is, I could call or text Andrea and be like, hey, I want to do this. I want to go here. She doesn't have a big group. I don't have a big group. So it works. And I get you guys have a big group. You definitely need structure for that. If you don't have a scoreboard, we have people, what's that? We have a whiteboard and they communicate on the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Because when I was married, before we had technology, my ex-wife, she would write everything on the whiteboard on the refrigerator. That way, everybody knew what was going on that day and the next day, and it worked. So with the scoreboard, man, you can send it through your phone, you can text message, your laptop.
Yep.
I mean, it's incredible when you use the technology for structure.
Exactly. Let's talk a little bit about the meal prep, Dee. You have a specific structure that you do weekly. I personally do not, guys. That's something that I haven't mastered just yet. But what is your meal prep? And a lot of times people say meal prepping is expensive. So do you want to, you're the lowest priced grocery shopper I've ever seen in my life. So,
chicken and turkey.
Yeah, chicken and turkey. That's it. So do you want to give them any tips for the meal prep side? I mean, the consistency behind it. Do you do it on a certain day all the time? And what do you do?
What I usually do, I prepare for like 3 days. Doesn't even matter when the preparation is. I make sure that when I look in that refrigerator, I see that last meal. That means I need to cook that next meal tonight when I'm eating that last meal. That way it's prepped. I'm not hungry. Never come home hungry, guys. Never fix meals hungry. I'm always prepped. The thing is, don't get caught. Don't get caught with your pants down. That's the thing. Always be ready. If you train yourself to always be ready, you will have a successful business and a successful body. Always be ready. It's not going to be overnight. That's why we have these tools. That's why we have DFIT. That's why we have the scoreboard. That's why we have PEI. We have tools to make us more successful. Technology, man, guys, I'm telling you, we don't need to like really focus and think and drive ourselves crazy anymore. We can just look on our phone, look on our laptop to see the structure. When do I need to prep? See, like me, I look in the refrigerator. I'm like, all right, I got to prep. I look at my condiments. I look at my seasonings. I'm like, that's slow. I put it in my notes for my grocery list. I'm always ready. I don't like, and it's stress. When you're not ready, it's chaos. And when it's chaos, that means stress. If you just start creating structure, it will create less stress in your life. Trust me, you'll be a better person. The more work you do, the less work you do.
The more work you do, the less work you do.
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing that you do that I really like around the meal prep is you don't necessarily make specific meals. You make, and I do this. I got this from you. You'll prep multiple proteins, like 2 or 3 proteins. So you'll just have like a whole big thing of hamburger meat or a whole big thing of chicken breast or turkey or whatever. And then you can mix that with anything you want. You can eat it straight up, or you can bring in a new vegetable. You don't have to have a specific, the protein and the vegetable and the star or whatever all picked out at first. You just make basically, I like doing that, like making the stuff, and then I can look in there and go, oh, I can mix this with this, and I'm good.
Yeah, you can make, for example, this is how I get really fit. So say for instance, I'm cooking breakfast, kielbasa sausage for breakfast. I'm having kielbasas and eggs for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make extra, and then at night I have sausage, onions, and peppers.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make with that. You can make the same thing. The thing is, you guys don't want to spend the time, so why don't just crunch the time? Just cook all the sausage at once, and you can have breakfast and dinner. You eat sausage for dinner, or eat it the next night.
I heard from somewhere that's called the cost method. COST. The cost method. Cook once, serve twice. And it goes beyond just having leftovers. Like you could just call those leftovers. But what Demetrius just described is having kielbasa with eggs for breakfast and a whole separate meal. Cook once, serve twice. It's a whole separate meal at dinner. It's kielbasa sausage with onions and peppers. So cost, cook once, serve twice. All right. Carla says, how many days do you prep for? Why are you apologizing, Carla? Why are you apologizing? You prep for 3 days? Tell us about that.
I usually prep like 3 days, and I make sure if it has onions or seafood, that's usually like 1 day. So it all depends on which meal.
Yeah.
I usually prep for like 3 days. I don't try to put anything in the freezer. I don't like bringing anything out of the freezer and warming it back up. I prep 3 days and I make sure I finish it off. If I can't, if that dinner, if I don't finish, it turns into a breakfast. So if I don't finish that pork chop that night, it turns to pork chops and eggs. It gets done. That way nothing goes bad.
Nothing goes bad. Yeah. Her next question was, I don't know if this is a second question or this is what you meant to say, but how many days in advance do you prep for? And I think he answered that just now. So you'll do 3 days at a time, but it's almost like at your seat, you're looking in the fridge and you see the last meal and you're like, okay, now it's time for me to prep again.
Yep.
So,
and then weekends vary because I know on the weekends we eat out a lot or we'll go somewhere. So the weekends are usually like I prep for like 2 days. I try not to waste anything. So weekends are usually 2 days.
Yeah.
And then I'll take just say for instance, if I do ground turkey meat and veggies, that turkey meat will turn into keto chili hot dogs. So you can turn anything into anything with seasoning.
Just get creative. And now with ChatGPT, go on to chat and say, I've got turkey meat. I've got ground turkey in my fridge already cooked, and I've got this seasoning and I've got these vegetables. What can I make? And it'll spin up a recipe for you. So there's if you want to get creative, Dee doesn't really care about you're not creative. You're functional. You're more functional than.
And what's crazy, guys, is when you start prepping, you make the best food because you know what you like in it. You make, and what you do, you spoil yourself. That way, when you go out, it doesn't taste the same.
Good.
It's not as good. So that's what makes me spoiled. I enjoy eating my food, guys. I can't wait to eat my food because I know overnight it's marinating and the seasoning is getting in there. So the next day I really enjoy it. And then when I go out and eat, I'm like, oh, this is trash.
Well, let me ask you a question as we wrap up. Some people might be listening and go, yeah, well, Dee, that's you. You've got a lifestyle that allows you to do that. You don't have kids at home now and you can cook at home. You've got a flexible schedule. I'm busy. I'm out in my car. I'm traveling locally, but I'm traveling every day in my car. I can't do that. What do you say to that?
Well, if you're traveling, that means you're making money. And if you're making money.
No, traveling for work. If
you're traveling for work, you're making money. That means Harris Teeter has already prepped up hot meals. Food Line is starting to get into catering. You can go in there and get these meals, guys, and they're already prepped and they're already healthy for you. They didn't have that for me back in the day. I had to prep all these meals. They got all this keto stuff now. I mean, I had to make like 90-second bread. I had to make my own keto bread. It took me 3 days to make keto bread. Now you can just go in the grocery store and buy it. They have so many things now. I have a friend, guys, I have a friend that he works on boats. Just by eating at Harris Teeter's Hot Bar, he lost 40 pounds because there's better choices at the hot bar. There's better nutritional food at the hot bar. people put time in that food at the hot bar. It's not something that was in a box or in a package that you had to warm up. So there's so many meals out there. I mean, they have rotisserie chickens, guys, you can get out there. I usually during emergency, I get a rotisserie chicken from Food Line or either Harris Teeter. No, there's no excuse anymore. They already have food already prepped for you.
Yeah, we don't have to go through the drive-through.
No.
Yeah. So let's wrap up with this, and then we'll share how people can get in touch with you as well. Eds, if you want to share our workshop link, we've got a Soar into Action workshop coming up next week. So depending on when you're watching this video. If you guys want to get registered for that, workshop.productiveenvironment.com. So go check that out and join us for our workshop, and we will help you build in the workout time and the meal prep time into your schedule. That's where we're building your SOAR board. We're building your Trapper Keeper. We're building your grown-up Trapper Keeper. Imagine your Trapper Keeper, and you've got math and science and in language arts, and you've got a folder for each category, right? So imagine that you've got your organization, you've got your business, you've got your family, and now you're adding in a folder into your Trapper Keeper for your workout and for your health and wellness, not just your workout, but the whole package. So think about that. And then for Demetrius, you can, if you'll put up DFITtransformation.com. Thank you, Eds. You guys can go and connect with Demetrius there. I think we got a little chat. There's a little chat icon on that site, on your site, where people can send you a direct message. But there's also an assessment there that is it's a transformation readiness assessment. So if you are a business owner or professional, even retired, because maybe you were a professional in the past and you are still trying to figure out how to add exercise and fitness and health and wellness into your life. And many of you in that category, especially if you know what a Trapper Keeper is, you may be caring for a parent now as well, and you're helping take care of them, or you're part of that process, and that's a whole nother level. That's a whole nother level of things for you to keep organized and keep productive. So you want to make sure you're taking care of yourself. What do they tell us on the airplane? Put your own oxygen mask on first.
I know we put mine on first.
What'd you say? You put yours on first?
Yeah. I don't trust people.
Exactly. You got to put yours on first, because if you, and we don't got to worry about this, but if you don't put yours on and you're trying to help me or somebody else, then you could pass out because you're not breathing.
Yeah, waiting on you'd be like, wait a minute, let me turn around this way. You got to be on perfect.
Yeah, I wouldn't have made it like this. They should have made it like that. Yeah, I would be analyzing it and overcomplicating it. You know me. Carla says, this was fantastic. So many golden nuggets of information. Go forth and be healthy, wealthy, and organized. Yes. Oh, Carla, I love that. Needs to be a tagline right there. Healthy, wealthy, and organized. I love that. That's it. That's it. What are you organizing for? What do you need to be more productive for? So if we can add in this and build this into our plan, you won't always have to have it on your calendar and a to-do list, because it'll eventually become second nature. That's what we want. You don't want to just say, oh yeah, I walked once this week, right? Because that's like saying I brushed my teeth once this week and that's enough. No, it's not enough. We got to keep it going. But anyway, so it helps you be more productive. It helps you grow your business, your body, your business, and your brain all at the same time. And so we will end on that. Tony says, thanks, Andrea and Dee. Always motivating. Together we are better. Amen. That's a great thing for us to end on. So guys, thanks for joining in. Please share this video with someone else that you think would enjoy it. And subscribe to our channel if you have not. We would love to have you as a subscriber. And like this video too, the algorithm, then it'll keep showing you stuff like this as well. So thank you guys so much. Dee, any closing thoughts? Are you ready to end this stream?
I'm ready to end, and I'm going to end it with do it now. Stop saying next week, tomorrow. You got to do it now. If you don't do it now, then it's never going to work.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That reminds me. When you go to DFIT, put DFIT back up for me, Ed. Thank you. When you go to DFITtransformation.com, make sure you either do the assessment or send a message so that you can connect with Dee. He has a program called Fit for Business, and it's specifically for men in business, but it can be women in business too. But for those attorneys and CPAs and traveling professionals that are really trying to get their lives in order and be healthy, and they look at Dee and they say, how do you do it? He has a program where he will teach you how he does it as well. And the tip is that they work with him as well as Productive Environment Institute, and that's how you can kind of put it all together. So anyway, love you guys. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. I hope you enjoyed your Pep Talk, Productive Environment Podcast.